Hi everyone, how are you today? Well, we are going to be unboxing some books that were lately arrived, and by lately I mean minutes ago. So, Amazon had a sale. It was something like buy three books for the price of two. So sort of buy two get one free, I guess. And I don't know why they sent them in 3 different packages, but that's what we're working with here. So I'm going to start with this one back here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know a lot of people enjoy unboxing videos. No, I'm pretty sure they're all classics. So I'm going to start with this one down here because this is the dirtiest package and I just want to get it off my desk as soon as possible. But yeah, I couldn't resist the deal because there were some books that qualified that I have been thinking about getting for a while, and it just seemed like the right time to take advantage of the sale. Alright, so the first one we've got here is The Sea Wolf by Jack London. This is the 100th anniversary collection. This is published by, Sea Wolf Press. Oh, the book Sea Wolf, but the publisher is also called Sea Wolf Press. And I have been kind of eyeing their editions for a while because they have that kind of typeset. I'm not exactly sure if that's the original typeset, but it has that kind of old-fashioned font. And I don't know if this one has illustrations. It looks like it has a few. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this edition. I mean, I've read The Sea Wolf before. It is one of my favorite adventure stories, sea stories. I think I mentioned it in my sea stories video. But yeah, this is really nice. I didn't have a copy of it yet, so looking forward to that, to reading that one again in hard copy, because last time I read it was ebook form. So next, let's open this yellow envelope. Looks like we have a few books in here. Alright, so first one is A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. This has a nice texture to it, this edition. Mariner Books. Yeah, so I read this one also in an ebook, I think, and I really actually loved it. I know, some people might think that Virginia Woolf, like, she's known to be a feminist author, and if you don't identify as a feminist, you might be turned off by her, or at least that's the impression you might get. But actually, I don't really, like, as a moderate sort of feminist, I actually found her book to be really readable, really good, and she just points out a lot of great things in this. It is an essay, but she writes in this very cozy kind of, fireside chat kind of style. I really enjoyed it and I want to read it again. And I do recommend it, even if you aren't necessarily drawn in by the premise. I think it's a good piece of writing for pretty much anyone. Next one here is Penguin Classics, First Love by Ivan, and I always say his name wrong, so I won't say his last name, but great Russian author, the author of Fathers and Sons. This little novella is supposed to be really good. It's been on my list a very long time, and yeah, so the synopsis is: when the down-at-heel Princess Zasyekin moves next door to the country estate of Vladimir Petrovich's parents, He instantly and overwhelmingly falls in love with his new neighbor's daughter, Zenaida. But the capricious young woman has already many admirers, and as she plays her suitors against each other, Vladimir's unrequited youthful passion soon turns to torment and despair, although he remains unaware of his true rival for Zenaida's affections. Set in the world of 19th century Russia's fading aristocracy, the story depicts a boy's growth of knowledge and mastery over his own heart as he awakens to the complex nature of adult love. Yeah, that's a very wordy synopsis, but I think it gives you kind of the idea of the topics here. And I just really enjoyed the writing style of Fathers and Sons, and I think this will be a nice follow-up to that. Another Steinbeck here. So recently I got East of Eden. I just watched the film adaptation, I think it was 1997, of Mice and Men. That sounds funny. Of Mice and Men. Anyway, it was a great movie. I don't really know how it stands as an adaptation because I have never read it before, so I thought I'm going to read it. It's actually very short, especially compared to East of Eden. And again, I just really enjoyed the movie. I can only imagine that the book is just as good, maybe even better. So, yeah, this will be a nice summer read. It's such a tragic story, but there was so much in it that I thought still resonates today. And what I did enjoy about this story from watching the film is that unlike Grapes of Wrath, another one that I've only watched the movie of, but unlike Grapes of Wrath, this book conveyed its message well through the story, and there wasn't quite as much like speeches or just sort of propaganda-esque form. Like, it was just very much story-based, a lot more subtle in a way than Grapes of Wrath. So I really hope that the book is as good as the movie. I'm sure it is. Okay, so here we go with the box. If you follow me on Goodreads, and if you look at my list of books to read, and I think it sorts it by, like, the oldest one. And the oldest one is actually the Last Bronte novel I have yet to read, which is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. I don't know why it's taken me so long to read this. Like I said, I've read every other Bronte novel at this point. And this one is supposed to be one of the best. And like I said, I have also read Agnes Grey, which is also by Anne Bronte, and I really enjoyed that one. So, it's high time that I actually read this, and I think my plan had been to sort of reread all the Bronte sisters before tackling this one, but at this rate, it's probably not going to happen, and I might as well start with this one and then do the reread, So, yeah, a lot of you may have already read this, so I'm not going to go deeply into the synopsis or anything, but it's supposed to be a really good critique of society and the way men and women were treated differently in the 1800s in regards to marriage and all kinds of things. So that's the Last Bronte for me. And let's see. Oh yes, and then this is Beneath the Wheel by Hermann Hesse, which I reviewed in my last video. Nothing really additional to say on this, except that I really liked it, and if you haven't watched that video, be sure to give it a listen if you think you would enjoy a book that is sort of, I describe it as a dark academia novel, but really it's also about, nature and community life, mental health, all kinds of things that still are important to us today. So Yeah, that's Beneath the Wheel. I really like this cover, I've got to say. This is published by Picador. I've actually started reading one of Hess's other books that's available on my library system, ebook version, and I think it's called, what's it called? It's called Pictor's Metamorphoses. And it's like a bunch of short stories that are kind of fairy tales. I've only just started the one. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone, but some kid just started screaming randomly. Anyway, I started reading Pictor's Metamorphoses, and I really like it so far, but it is kind of quirky. I don't really have any opinions on it yet because I've just kind of got into the first story, but yeah, I like Hess's writing style a lot so far. There he goes again. Yeah, so with that, I think I'll just wrap up this video. Summer book haul. I have a lot of other books that I recently got as well, but I'm not quite ready to share them on video, but at some point I will be sharing those. But for now, these are my 6 classics to kick off summer 2021. What else am I reading right now? I'm reading The Gate by Natsume Soseki. It's a Japanese classic. I might have shown it on here before, maybe a different book haul. Really enjoying that so far. It's a very subtle, slow-paced novel, but I really like it. And I like the, I don't know, I like that pacing. I like that highly psychological kind of novel, almost Conradian. Yeah, there's the book haul. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video if you did, and I'll see you next time.